Some Samsung consumers are sticking by the brand. Others are not. But will the botched recall of the company's exploding flagship phone have any long-lasting impact on the company? Let's turn to Bill George, former CEO of Medtronic and now a professor of management at the Harvard Business School, to discuss whether he thinks the company can recover. You know, Bill, I heard an interesting comment today from a Dartmouth Business School professor who said that perhaps the culture at Samsung, it being a South Korean company, very deliberate, they like to study before they move, slowed down their response to this, which seemed very slow.
Well, Tyler, I think they have just committed the cardinal sin for placing one defective product with another defective product. I mean, come on. They have not gotten to the root cause of the problem, so they took a very superficial solution and didn't really fix the problem, but just replaced one with another. And I don't think consumers are going to forgive them very soon. I'm not sure it's the culture is so slow. It's an engineering culture. It's a quality culture. They've done really well until this. But I think what it is, Tyler, is they're out of touch with the U.S. market. It's run entirely by people from Korea. Do they have enough Americans in Korea that really understand what this means to U.S. consumers? 300 million people. They've been extremely successful here, and they're risking their entire franchise. I have a huge big box TV from Samsung. Are people going to start to question whether they want other Samsung products? I think they're risking a great deal by inaction. I have not seen the CEO of Samsung from Korea on the U.S. Airways, on your show, or flying over here to apologize and get engaged and talk to the folks in Washington about this crisis. And they're in a huge crisis that's putting the entire Samsung brand at risk.
You've given us a couple of points that you think, Bill, Samsung needs to do. One, make sure no one uses the Note 7 and consumers get 100% refunds, but also strengthen the internal quality controls.
Well, obviously you need to do that. And they started blaming on their supplier, but by the way, is a Samsung subsidiary that makes the batteries. They don't have internal quality control. They're not testing. Actually, when Lowell McAdam of Verizon said that he's not seen a recall like this in a very, very long time. He's a very conservative man. For him to speak out at a major conference says, and they do their own testing at Verizon, but why should they have to? Samsung's got to ensure us of the quality of that product coming in. How would you feel next if somebody on a plane next to you has a Samsung Note 7 and they're using it and it could catch on fire? I mean, it wouldn't make you feel very good. So,
no, it certainly calls into question. But you're concerned that not just their cell phone business is at risk here, but that Americans' acceptance of their other products. I have Samsung televisions. You ask people about the TVs, most people say the Samsung is the best. I have Samsung appliances. You say the whole portfolio could be at risk.
You have one brand name, and when you tarnish that brand name, you can tarnish it across the board. I worry about this at Medtronic. When I was there, one product that is a recall, if you don't handle that well and the CEO doesn't jump in and get personally on the line and apologize to people who have been harmed and do the right thing, Tyler, and, you know, we've seen CEOs do that, and we've seen them that fail, but I think it could hurt their entire franchise. They have a great franchise, by the way. It's a great company, but I'm not sure they know how to handle the consumer in the United States when they have a crisis like that.
Very interesting how much emphasis we have to leave it there, Bill, but how much emphasis you put on the personal involvement of the CEO. And we remember Mr. Burke at J&J who did just that and successfully in the Tylenol case. Bill, thanks.
Exactly.
Bill
Thanks,
George
Tyler.
with Harvard Business School, former Medtronic CEO.